time on Races to Places, Lyndon and Basil visited a crocodile farm.
This is Shimoka. He just turned up on his bicycle while I was fixing my flat and he's going to give me a hand.
Another puncture? Oh well, at least the sun is shining and this kind local is offered to help.
So we just put a little piece of rubber inside there to stop the tube puncturing, and then put it on and we should be good. Yeah. What do you think?
Yeah, yes.
Think it's a good idea? Okay, thank you for stopping. Thank you for stopping and helping.
You're welcome. So
yeah, good man.
Okay.
I like the top. It's good. It's good. And have a good day with your tomatoes.
Okay, thank you so much.
You will sell them?
Yeah, I'll sell them.
Okay.
Don't mind me, guys. I was contacted by a guy called Kevin today, who heard that I was riding down the borderline here of Zambia and Zimbabwe, and he knew that I had a failing front wheel. I had a problem with it this morning where it kept puncturing because of the rim that's broken, and so he invited me to come stay with him tonight. So this guy's into his bikes as well. It's always fun when people are into the bikes. So this morning my chain is on its way out. It's done over 20,000 kilometers, lots of mud and water and rain and all types of terrain, deep sand. It gets stressed a lot. So I'm going to change it in Lusaka, but I've got about 600-700 kilometers to go before I get there. So I'm just going to adjust it as best possible. It's starting to get a tight and slack spot, so take it to the tight spot and adjust it at that spot. So the way to see if your chain is starting to be knackered or past its best, these links are straight. If you just rotate your chain around the front sprocket, you can see here on this link it's kinked. So if you move it like that, see it stays in position. That's because it's tight inside the O-ring. It's either ran out of lubrication or it's out of round now, it's worn and it sticks, and that's what ends up giving you a tight spot on your chain and not the best running. So when that starts to happen, it's usually an indication that in a few thousand kilometers it's going to be done. So the reason that you see me sitting on the bike is because when all the weight's on the bike, the swing arm moves up and the chain tightens. So I usually try and sit on the bike and then I feel it at the tightest spot. That's where I set the chain tension. Just checking my wheels not getting any worse. Don't think so. Still not good.
If you want a more detailed look at what Lyndon carries on board Basil, then click the link here.
I'm just going to take a minute to talk about these giant anthills. They've been everywhere all over Africa, and I was just riding past this one and it's probably the biggest one I've seen. As you can see, it's almost twice as tall as me, and I looked on the internet to find out what it was all about, and when looking at it, I found a video on YouTube where they found an abandoned ant colony, and they found the entrance and they filled it with like concrete or resin or something. Then they dug all the soil away around it, and you could see how huge the colony builds its house under the ground. It's absolutely incredible when you see the size of an ant. But to think that they pulled all of this dirt from under the ground where they live and pushed it all out up here. Quite spectacular.
Nice view of the river crossing.
Can't beat a bit of single track now and again. The road's completely disappeared. Just working my way along this little goat trail here. I know I'm heading towards the place that I'm trying to get to.
You know, when you're riding these tracks, you just make it up. I've just come down this track here, you can see behind me, and yeah, just riding along and then just come up against this. Like almost like a border post or something like that, or what's going to be, or once was going to be. I'm just gonna go and see if the gate doesn't look like it's locked. So the only thing is, I have no idea why this is here. If it was military, somebody would be here. If you're not allowed through, it would say, or the gate would be locked, or yeah, there'd be somebody stopping you. So I'm going to find out, because I'm going to go through anyway. One thing I've seen, or one thing that I've kind of become to realise since I've been here in Africa, and especially like Namibia, Angola, and even more so now in Zambia, it's how hard working the women are of Africa. When you see the women, they're either washing, carrying something, carrying the baby at the same time, collecting water. Whenever you see the guys, they seem to just be stood around doing nothing, like waiting for something to just come along. Just my perception and what I've seen, but it's pretty interesting to see that. Very, very hard working of the women.
We've arrived in Siavonga, and it looks like the locals are busy getting fishing nets ready. They're going to head out onto Lake Kariba.
So this boat you can see behind me here is called Galloping Waters, and it's the only houseboat that is prepared to take motorcycles on Lake Kariba.
I'm going to take you for a little look around inside and also explain how it's used. It's super nice. So this is where the bikes line up here and get strapped on. And then the downstairs area here is like the galley where all the living quarters are. So you've got bedrooms, beautiful bedrooms with like a little veranda out there to sit and have your sundowners on. And Lake Kariba. Police checkpoint. See some guys walking around with the guns there. It's weird, you don't want to, you want to go to the front, sometimes they just let you go, sometimes they wave you through, but also sometimes you go to the front and they kind of say to you, hey, what are you doing? And then make you wait, so instance, I'm just gonna wait. And I'm just trying to find some tyres for Basil. So I'm just looking for bike shops. Hello, it's Lyndon. So just here in KTM Zambia, thankfully I found them. I don't think there's much else here in way of places to get motorcycle tyres from. So I got told about Luke, and this is Luke, and he's gonna hook me up with some tyres while he already has. And this is Julie, and Julie's gonna take my money. Luke had a customer who had this Dunlop 908. And this is a really good long-lasting tyre, and although it's used, it'll certainly do for me from here. And then I'm going to put this this Pirelli front on as well, which is like a kind of quite aggressive tyre. Unfortunately, can't get any Michelin tyres here as much as I'd like them, so we'll just go with what we've got. So that's it, I managed to get sorted out with some tyres, so I'm not going to get stranded in the middle of Africa now. Tyres, oil, and now I just need to go get my front wheel. It's due here in Lusaka in the next day, so from DHL, by DHL from the UK. So I'm going to go get the wheel, get all my tyres put on, give the bike a good service, and then I'm heading north.
Next time on Races to Places, we're hopeful that the new front wheel will arrive safely.
Hi everyone, thanks so much for watching Races to Places. Please check out the link to my Patreon page below where you can find special features and pre-released episodes of Races to Places. I look forward to your messages and comments on there.